Hello, welcome to Nichal Smart Learning Solution. My name is Banala Jaya Raj, biology teacher, and today we will discuss class 8 biology chapters, that is Nichal's integrated biology textbook, and that textbook is having 166 pages and also 12 chapters are there. Now I am reading each and every chapter. They are there in Nichal's integrated biology textbook. What is science? Cell, the basic unit of life. Story of microorganism 1, story of microorganism 2. Reproduction in animals. Reaching the stage of adolescent. Biodiversity and conservation. And production of food from plants and production of food from animals. And not for breathing, not for drinking. This is the not for drinking and not for breathing. So this is 11th chapter, and last chapter is why do we fall ill. So like that, there are 12 chapters are there in Nichal's integrated biology textbook. Now you are observing on interactive flat panel some of the case studies how the air is get polluted. So we have already discussed the pathway of pollution. So there in that page we studied what is pollution. So here addition of particulate substances, addition of unwanted substances in the air or in water or in soil, and that is called as a pollution. So when pollutants are entered the air, and that become what air pollution. When pollutants are entered to the water, and that become water pollution. When the addition of pollutants into the soil, and it is called as soil pollution. And we also discuss what are the effects of pollution. Animals, also plants. So plants are also affected by means of these pollutants which are present in the air, and pollutants which are present in the water, and pollutants present in the in that is soil. Again, plants are important organism, and they are performing photosynthesis, and they are supporting life on the earth. And this air pollution also causing bad effect, ill effects on the growth of the plants. And here pollution also affecting humans, also other organism, and these pollutions also affecting, that is environmental factors like water, air and soil. And also I told you air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution. And also we need to discuss and what is biodegradation, and also what is that is soil, that particulate polluted in the air. And now we are discussing case studies. Case studies here on the interactive flat panel, you are observing a heading, and that is the some important case studies. First one, Chernobyl disaster. So in the year 1986, there you see 1986, a catastrophic, that is nuclear explosion took place at Chernobyl, and that is their northern Ukraine of Soviet Union. And catastrophic, that is explosion of a nuclear plant explosion takes place, and due to there you see flavored flavored, that is design of reactors and inadequate, that operation of this nuclear reactor, and thereby explosion takes place, a nuclear explosion takes place, and bursting of this plant takes place. And finally, that is the people who are working in the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, they are get affected with radiation. nuclear radiation, poisonous nuclear radiation, and immediately dozens of the people who are working in the nuclear plant, they died at night, and 28 people who are also affected with these nuclear radiation, poisonous radiation, they also died on that day. So here it is a catastrophic, that is a nuclear disaster that took place in the year 1986 at Chernobyl, that is northern, that is Ukraine of Soviet Union. Now I am reading each and every line that is given the heading, some important case studies. Chernobyl disaster. There you see, there you see here the Chernobyl disaster. It was a catastrophic nuclear explosion that took place in the year 1986 at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in northern Ukraine of Soviet Union. And this explosion occurred due to flaked, that is nuclear, that is reactor, flaked design of reactor, nuclear reactor, and also operated by means of inexperienced, inadequate trained personnel. And more than a dozen, already told, more than a dozen nuclear power plant workers died on the same night of the accident, and further 28 people died within a few weeks due to acute radiation, and that is poisonous. So that is Chernobyl, a devastating, that is nuclear explosion took place in the year 1986. That is one of the case study, and it also causes air pollution. So due to air pollution, and many people they die, and the people who are working in that nuclear power also died immediately due to effect of this nuclear, that is poisonous radiation. Now we will discuss another case study, and this is, that is the marble cancer Taj Mahal. So when I say Taj Mahal, so Taj Mahal is a important monument and historical monument that is there in Uttar Pradesh, and Uttar Pradesh has been attracting, that is tourists every year, so all over the world. So it is a tourist attracting place, Agra. And now why we are discussing, and here you see this monument has been adversely affected by means of, from there you see 20 to 30 years, by means of air pollution, by means of acid rains. So around the, that is Agra city, there are many factories are located, and these factories are of, that is there you see automobile industries are there, rubber processing industries are there, and oil refineries are there, and there is an important, that is major, that is major one is Madhura oil refinery. So these are the factories, and oil refineries, chemical, that factories, and rubber manufacturing factories are located in the city of Agra, and they are releasing large amount of pollutants into the air, and these pollutants are with soot, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, and all these are the poisonous gases. And these poisonous gases, when they enter into the atmosphere, they react with water, and finally they form of acid rains. And this acid rain is with sulfuric acid. When they are reacted with sulfur dioxide and nitric acid by means of nitrous dioxide, and if these acid rains fall on the marble, and it causing the damage in marble. Again, soot also introduced by means of the factories, and this soot also discolor the white color nature of the marble. So there you see, these are the industries include rubber processing industries, automobile industries, chemical refineries, Madura oil refinery that produce sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide, and with they react with water vapor that is present in the atmosphere, and finally they fall as acid rains on Agra city, on Taj Mahal, and they cause damage to this monument due to acid rain. Here you see we are using a term that is called as marble cancer. And beside these gases, soot also particulate emitted by these industries and contributed toward the yellowing of marble. So here the color of the marble is white, but here due to the presence of soot in the air, and this soot also causing great damage to the white colored marble, that is marble that is built in the construction of Taj Mahal, and here the color is changed into yellowish, and the Supreme Court has taken steps to protect this monument, and also they adapt now the industries are adapting using friendly, that is fuels like CNG and also LPG. The full form of CNG means compressed natural gas, and LPG means liquefied petroleum gas. And these gases are not releasing more, that is poisonous substances if they are burned, if they are used. So if we use petrol, and if we burn petrol, and these are fossil fuels, and this fossil fuel is producing carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxide, nitrous dioxide, and these gases react with water and water vapor that is present in the air, and they fall as acid rains, particularly on Taj Mahal that is there in Agra, and thereby discoloration of the marble takes place, yellow color of the marble takes place, and it is causing that marble cancer. So here nowadays the industries they are using LPG gas and also CNG gas, and now they are also switching over to unleaded petrol in the Taj Mahal area. So the people who are using vehicles, and they are using, that is unleaded petrol, and these are the activities, and these activities make the environment clean, and that is green, and we discuss how the Taj Mahal is getting marble cancer, and how the Taj Mahal stones are getting yellowish color due to the presence of soot in air, and also we discuss from 20 to 30 years the Taj Mahal color is changed due to the presence of large number of, that is chemical industries which are located near the city, near in Agra, and Supreme Court also gave an order not to use this petroleum, and also they also instructed the people who are establishing the industries, and now they are using LPG gas and CNG gas, and they are also using unlead petrol, the people who are living near the Taj Mahal. Children, in this video, here in this page, we discuss Chernobyl accident and also the marble cancer of Taj Mahal. Now we are discussing another case study, and that is Bhopal tragedy. So when I say Bhopal, so Bhopal is there in Uttar Pradesh, and Bhopal tragedy means here it is one of the panic situation that took place in the year 19, there you see 1984, and it is, that is a insecticide factory, and explosion takes place, and methyl isocyanate, a poisonous gas released into the atmosphere, and finally 3,000 people they died on the spot, and also 6,000, that is people and also other organs they are paralyzed due to release of this what poisonous gas into the atmosphere, and that is the reason, and this Bhopal tragedy is one of the greatest, that is one of the there you see one of the biggest air pollution tragedy in the history of the world, but not in India. History of the world. Why? Because that gas is most poisonous gas, and that is methyl isocyanate, and that is released to the bursting of this that is reactors which are used in this factory, and that is a insecticide factory, and it released poisonous gas and it killed 3,000 people on the day, and also 6,000 people are paralyzed by the breathing of this gas. And now I am reading the Bhopal gas tragedy on December 2, 1984. Another accident took place in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh in India. About 3,000 human beings died on the spot, and more than 6,000 people and animals were paralyzed due to the leakage of methyl isocyanate. This is the gas, and this is the poisonous gas. Methyl isocyanate. Remember, children, remember please. And this is methyl isocyanate gas, and it is a toxic gas, and that is released into the atmosphere, and it killed 3,000 people on the day, and 6,000 people are paralyzed, and into the air from an insecticide factory. So that is a insecticide factory, and that factory is producing insecticide. We are using insecticide to kill the insects, and farmers are using insecticide, what these chemicals to kill the insects. And this is considered as one of the biggest air pollution tragedy in the world. And we discuss Chernobyl disaster, and we discuss the marble cancer of Taj Mahal, and we discuss Bhopal tragedy. Bhopal tragedy. Now we are discussing another case study, and that is also, and that is not case study, but we are discussing that what is greenhouse effect and what is global warming, and these two terms are important. Greenhouse effect is a natural phenomenon, and if greenhouse gases are increased more in the atmosphere, and it cause changes in the climate, so climatic changes occurred, and thereby the the normal temperature of the earth is increasing, and that is called a global warming. So what is global warming means? So the average temperature of this earth atmosphere is increasing due to release of what greenhouse gases. Now I am explaining you what are the greenhouse gases. So here greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide and methane and water vapor. And here I am explaining you what is what are the greenhouse gases I told you, and these greenhouse gases are released into the atmosphere, and they form. There you see, the greenhouse effect is a natural process. The sun rays. So here, sun is giving energy, and sun rays consists of photons, and these energy fall on the earth through the atmosphere, and they heat the soil, and they heat the waters which are present on the globe, and in this way water and the soil is heated up, and again this heat is once again reflected back into the atmosphere. Some of the heat is reflected back into the atmosphere, but not all. So here around the globe there is a there is a shield, and that shield is called as it is formed by means of gases. There you see, that is the land and oceans release heat into the atmosphere. Some of the heat is radiated back into the atmosphere space. Certain gases in our atmosphere such as carbon dioxide, methane, water vapor, they work like a blanket to retain much of this heat. This absorption of the heat that keep the surface of planet warm enough to sustain the life called as greenhouse gases. effect, and these greenhouse gases are helpful in keeping the earth always in